Alright everyone, welcome back. Man, there are a lot of birds flocking right around here for some reason. I don't know if you're able to see that flock of birds right here hanging around the poles. I hope none of them poop on me. Okay? Anyways. Alright. Looking good. Feeling good. Oh. I got a little heated. I did get a little heated when at the end of my wrist stop there. But back to normal now. Got the wind going, so I'm feeling nice and cool. All right. All right. Had a hot chocolate too, so that kind of kept me warm. Man, it feels good having hot chocolate on a nice cool day like this. Outside of that patio, I'm not sure what that backyard patio. That's what I was trying to say, backyard and patio. Anyways. Oh goodness. So one of the reasons why I'm looking for a retirement community, and you know what, I could retire here. I mean, this is a great place. There's no age restrictions. You know, there's a lot of seniors that live here. Matter of fact, this area tries to market to seniors because, well, they especially retired, because it's it's a nice place to live. A lot of amenities. But the tax rate out here is very high. This is probably not an ideal situation for retirement, in my opinion. It's a great place to raise a family. All the taxes go into the schools. There's I would say since I moved here, they built 3 or 4 schools. And this high school coming up, but behind me, they just built a middle school and elementary school all in one location. That's brand new. This high school is about 7 years old, I would say. So 7 years, that's brand new. That's the largest high school in the county right now by population. So, they built a lot of schools. So all the money that I pay in property tax, the majority of it goes to the school district. And it's been a growing community. Great if you want to raise your kids and give them a, quality pre-K to 12th grade education. But as someone who's retired, you no longer have any children, or you don't plan on having more children, I should say. Paying those kind of taxes just don't make sense. So, another reason why I'm looking for a retirement community. Other places, they're literally 3 to 4 times lower in property taxes than here, where I live. And I'm looking for a 55 plus because because I don't want to be around kids no more. I'll just say it that way, Now, the reality is, if you have grandkids, you'll love your grandkids. But you don't want to be around other people's kids, all right? The fact of the matter is, if they're not biologically related to you, if there's someone who is not biologically related to you, you will treat them differently, all right? That's just a fact. Step-parents, like stepmoms and stepdads, it's really hard for them. And stepchildren, it's hard for them. you know, women, they think, oh, I'll just get remarried. Well, that's not going to be an easy answer, especially if you're single mother with children. Yeah, not an easy situation. The fact is, step-parents will never treat your children like their children, biological children. Never will happen. So, anyways, I don't want to be around children anymore. I don't mind having children, my children around me, my grandchildren. When if ever I have grandchildren, I probably will. Oh, look at that. What is that, a crow? I think that's a crow. Anyways, yeah, you'll just never treat them the same way. And when you get to a certain point, and especially if you raise children, like you have children and you raise them, not that you hate kids. I don't hate kids, but I just don't want to be around children anymore. I want to live my life without raising children. I raised 2. And that's good enough for me, you know. I worked, I earned money, not for me, for my children, for my wife, but shelter over their heads, pay the bills, make sure they didn't have to struggle, except for my wife. My wife may have, she's doing everything now, so I flipped it on her. She thought I was going to work until I die. I wasn't really thrilled with that plan. She was. Man, women are really thrilled to have you, as a man, work until you die. They're happy. They love that plan. But not really thrilled with that plan at all. So, I'm already retired. I haven't worked in, I don't know, I say 10 years. Has it been 10 years? I don't know. It's been a while. Definitely over 5 years. So, but now I'm looking to like retire. Like, I'm looking for communities that are 55 and up. Not for me, although it will be for me. I'm going to use my mom, who is definitely over 55 years of age. I'm going to use her to get into those communities. And I'm looking for something really special. Has to have an RV garage or RV, I don't know, patio? Is it patio or RV cover? Large enough to accommodate family gatherings, adult family gatherings, maybe some children. Most senior communities, 55 plus communities, they do allow children to stay for a certain amount of time, but they don't let you live. It's in the covenants, CC&Rs or the bylaws. They don't let you have children live with you. They can stay. I think most of them require an age limit, like 19 or older, to live with you. But the main person who lives there, until they decease anyway, until they die, has to be 55 or over. In some cases, they do allow 45. And so, looking into those kind of places, and again, I'm just not interested in being with children anymore. I'm just not interested in being with children anymore. I like to be away from children, especially other people's children. I don't want to be around other people's children. But, I'm okay with my children. If my children's children are with me, I'm okay with that. Family, biologically related children, yeah, I'm cool. But other people's children, no thanks. Now I'm pretty sure sounds pretty cruel, like, oh man, you're a cold-hearted man. Well, no. I mean, it's, other people don't want to be around other people's children. Okay, other people don't want to be around your children. All right, I should say. Let me see if I can jump. I think the soil's soft or hard enough. Oh yeah. So, man, just can't. And I'm looking forward to it because, you know, I have an idea. I don't know if it's gonna work. It's gonna be in the future, but I'm planning every day. I'm thinking about it every day. You know what? If you plan and you think and you like have it on your mind, it's in the center focus of your mind, you'll make it happen. You'll make it happen. That's how things work, right? You achieve on the things you focus on. All right, you put your mind to, and that's what happens. You know. Oh, there's somebody on the bridge. Someone on the bridge, Captain. So I'm gonna slow down. I'll enjoy the nice view here. Water is low out here. Take a quick look here. Yeah, water is low, which is nice. All right, he crossed over. All right. So I'm looking forward. I have plans. I mean, eventually, the reason I'm thinking about this mainly is because my mother, my children's grandmother, my mother on my side, she has decided, and I guess we've decided in some cases, it's a really good idea to have her live with me because of the pandemic and how far away she is and being by herself. So, so we talked about it, and you know, I just said, I've mentioned this to her before, just come live with us. You know, you'll be around the kids. Maybe she doesn't want to be around, she does, but you know, even the grandparents, all right, even the grandparents don't want to be around your kids for a very long period of time, all right, you know, but now we don't even go see her at all. We used to go every summer or Thanksgiving, winter, we would go there, or she would come here, but that didn't happen this year. It won't happen next year, or it didn't happen last year, and it didn't happen this year, or technically it didn't happen in 2019. It didn't happen in 2020. I don't know if it's going to happen in 2021. So the plan is to eventually just have her live with us. That way she can be with us. She's not alone. And so that's what sparked this whole thing. And eventually, what I'd like to do is to get her into a 55 plus community where I will essentially be living with her, or I will be with her, taking care of her for the most part. You know, doing stuff that whatever she wants me to do, I'll be her handyman, you know. So I am her only son. I'm her only child. So I'll be taking care of her, and she'll get a better place to live. She lives out in California and lives in a condo somewhere in LA. You know, it was great when they moved in, probably over 20, maybe 30 years ago. It was a good idea, but now by herself, it's just it's just not ideal. It's not ideal. It's not ideal at all. And with the pandemic, and I just kind of have concerns because she is aging. She's really aging. She's a senior. So that's what sparked everything. And plus, eventually, you know, you have to come to this reality. Your parents will pass away, and you got to deal with it. So it's better to handle it right now, or kind of just get ready. And eventually, the place that I'm thinking about, I'm eventually gonna move in there myself. I'm gonna be living there myself with my wife. And so that's why I'm looking for RV property, RV home base, quote unquote. And we're gonna spend with my mom and the family. We're gonna go out. We're gonna spend the time we have and enjoy our lives. That's the hope anyway. That's my plan. I don't know how true that is. That's fantasy. That's a fantasy. And sometimes reality and fantasy don't match up. We think about crazy stuff. A lot of times we think about some crazy stuff. Yeah. Like if you're watching this video, you're probably like into e-bikes. And I'll give you an example. Like when you buy your first e-bike, you're thinking, yeah, I'll go off-roading, I'll go do this, I'll ride in the rain, in the mud, dirt, all that, yeah. And then when you do it, you're faced with reality, okay? You're faced with reality. Your seat is not that great, your butt hurts, your legs, your knees get sore, your legs are sore, your hands get sore, you're cold, you get too cold, you put too much weight on the bike, you got too much junk on the bike. It's not a motorcycle, it ain't gonna get you up that hill. You're gonna slide from underneath the mud. It's not that fun riding in the rain or in the cold. Reality sets in, right? Fantasy and reality. I know, it's a bitch. So, but I'm still realistic, I'm practical, I'm hopeful. It's not going to be immediate, but I'm working towards that, and just trying to think of just planning the future, all right? People don't plan to fail, they fail to plan. So just thinking, and eventually I'm going to get old. Yes, I know. You're going to get old. You're going to get old, so you better start planning. You better have some plan, or start planning. Start saving. Into your late 20s, definitely in your 30s. 40s, man, it might be too late. If you're in your 40s and you're now just thinking about your retirement, that's a hard hill to climb. If you're in your 50s and you're planning your retirement, just starting to think about your retirement, oh, that's tough. That is tough. Anyways, and after that, if you still haven't had any plans whatsoever, you're just gonna work until you die. That's the reality. You're gonna work until you die, probably on the job or off the job, but you'll be working. You'll be working. So, not the ideal scenario. All right, they're putting up the lights. They got street lights up here. Nice. This is where all my tax money is going. My property tax money is going to. This is a nice area. I think what I'm going to do is the property we have now, I'm going to probably pass it to the children so that they don't have to buy a house. Right now, I doubt anybody. It is really hard for the younger younger generation to buy a house on their own. On their own, okay? It is just way harder. Thanks to the financial crisis back in the 2000s, early 2000s, into the 2008 area, 2008, that time period. Because of that whole fiasco, it is harder for first-time home buyers to buy a house. Just harder. For me, I just walked in to a lending institution and said, hey, I'd like to buy this house. And they're like, okay. That was it. Yeah, that was it. How much money do we make? Oh, I make $1 billion. All right. that was it. I gave them some bank statements here and there, and they made it work. They did it. You know, now it's a totally different story. Totally different story. You gotta have money, lots of it, to buy that house now, to even get a loan for a house, or to be even considered to get a loan for a house. So totally different story. So younger generation, very hard. I realize that. Workforce, more people in the world, but not more jobs. Not more jobs in proportion to the increase of population. And you know, there's stratification going on, financial stratification in pay and jobs. And so I know it's going to be really tough. So I'm going to try to give them a head start, providing them a place where they can, you know, instead of paying someone else's mortgage, they could pay for our mortgage, which I'm eventually just going to give them the house, really. You know, what am I going to do with the house when I'm dead? So I'm not going to sell this house, I'm going to keep it. Anyways, please like, share, comment. Let me know what your plans are for retirement, if you have a plan. Until next time, everybody. Bye-bye.